Kyle Bratcher from Chaparral Motorsports here, and today we're here in the helmet department where we literally have hundreds and hundreds of helmets on display. We're here with Bill today to talk about helmet sizing. Thanks for having us down here, Bill. Can you explain a little bit about your role here at Chaparral?
Yeah, I've been at Chaparral for 5 years now. I first came on board as a tire manager, and now I'm doing some other responsibilities, managing the helmet department, also doing purchasing in the street apparel department too as well, and it's a good operation. I'm very happy to be here.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us, Bill. This is a really important topic, a topic that literally could be the difference between life and death when you really break it down to the nuts and bolts. Fit is the absolute most important element when choosing a motorcycle helmet.
I agree with that, Kyle. One thing, a customer comes in the store very many times and he asks, well, what's the best helmet for my head? Is it the most expensive helmet? Is it the least expensive helmet? My answer to them is it's the helmet that's the most comfortable on your head, because fit is the most important thing.
So we got guys that walk in like, hey, I wear a baseball hat, which helmet should I get? It's really hard to tell. Number one, each of the manufacturers is different in the sizing and fit of the helmet. A lot has to do with head shape size, which we'll talk about in a minute. The other thing is a baseball hat is very flexible. Whether it's a flex fit or whether it's a trucker style hat, that mesh and that fabric gives. That's something you don't get in a motorcycle helmet. While a baseball hat isn't the best way to find out what size you are, a plain old measuring tape absolutely is. So what we're going to want to do in any helmet sizing situation is you want to go at the largest part of the head. So right around the back of the head and up to the forehead. So what I've got here is a measurement of about 55 centimeters, and that's going to be the base point that we're going to start with. Again, each manufacturer of helmet, even though you have that 55 centimeter reading, is going to fit very differently.
That's why it's very important to try the helmet on to see how it fits your head. Measuring my head, you said it's 55 centimeters, correct? Which is truly about a medium or somewhere between a medium and a large. And some manufacturers, even though you compare one manufacturer's medium to another manufacturer's medium, they're going to vary from medium to medium and from large to large. So it's very important that you try them on and they fit you correctly as far as pressure points on the head and so on and so forth.
One of the biggest reasons that they fit differently is the actual shape of the interior of the helmet is different. Arai is really well known for their long oval. Showy traditionally has been more of a round shaped head. And then you have Hjc and all of the other helmet manufacturers behind us. They typically go with that intermediate oval so they can fit a really broad spectrum of people.
One thing as far as fitment, Kyle, I was in the market for a helmet not so long ago, and I was trying on a Showy RF 1200 in a medium, which was kind of tight on my head because, like you said, it's more of a intermediate oval. Put a lot of pressure on my forehead. It's good to try on different shape sizes to see which one best fits your head.
I have always wanted to get into a Showy helmet, or even a Shark helmet for that matter, and I just haven't been able to do it. With the Showy helmet, by the time I get that helmet large enough to be able to fit my head front and back, I'm up to like an extra large. And in a properly fitting helmet, I'm usually a small to a medium.
Once you find a proper fitment on the helmet, you can actually fine-tune a helmet by adjusting the cheek pads. Sometimes people come in and try a helmet on, it fits them well on top of the head. However, the cheek pads make them feel like they're sucking their cheeks in. So you can adjust those cheek pads because they have 40 millimeters, 35 millimeters, 20 millimeters, so on and so forth. So you can adjust those to make it fit your cheeks correctly. But the more important part is fitting the crown of your head, importantly too. But the cheek pads are more for comfort down the road because, again, like we talked about, if the helmet's not comfortable on your head, you're not going to be comfortable riding your bike and you can be frustrated. So it's good to get good fitment and fine-tuning that fitment for the helmet to fit your needs.
Absolutely. We're now going to show you exactly how different helmets fit and what to look for that proper fit. Super, super scary note here. I was at a helmet manufacturer several years back and walking to the facility and they said, hey, here's a quick note. 70% of the motorcycle riders out on the road are wearing the wrong size helmet. Oh, whoa, 70%, how is that possible? And they said, when people go in and try helmets on, if it fits the way it probably should fit, it feels a little bit tight, but that's going to break in over the first couple rides. Now, they grab the next helmet and they're like, oh, this fits great. But after that couple rides, that helmet's going to break in and they're going to end up with a really sloppy helmet that is not the proper fit. So let's jump on over and take a look at some of these helmets and show people what a perfect fitting helmet looks like. So the first helmet that we're going to grab is an Hjc helmet here. Bill's going to go ahead and put this on. We already know it's too large. It's definitely not the size of helmet that you would normally wear, but we just want to show you what a helmet that's too large looks like and kind of some of the things to take a look at. So the first thing is the side-to-side bobble. He could literally turn, like this is not going to protect you. So the key about a motorcycle helmet is when you hit the ground, you want a really snug fit already so that as soon as your head hits, it moves into that foam And then what happens is that foam absorbs. What's going to happen here is he's going to have an initial impact, boom, of the helmet hitting his head, and then his head hitting the ground. Double impact is not good at all. So this is an example. And again, another comfort factor is when he's riding down the road and that wind is hitting him, this helmet's going to bobble all over the place and be super, super annoying. So let's go to a size down from this. Let's go to a large, and we'll show you what that looks like. So now we're going to grab the large helmet. This large helmet, although it's going to be closer to his helmet size, is not going to fit really, really well because it is a round-shaped internals versus the long oval that Bill typically wears. If you can zoom in and take a look, do you see the gap here on the side of his head? That is not good. So basically this helmet is round, his head is a long oval, and we have a lot of extra room here on the side that is basically wasted space. How's that helmet feel, Bill?
It feels snug around the head, but I can still tell it's a little bit loose on my head. If I go like this, you see how much slop there is in it, and same thing like that, it's just too loose.
So what's happening is he's getting pressure here at the front and the back, which would give him the proper fit that direction. But here it's too wide, which is causing the helmet to wiggle around quite a bit.
That's correct.
All right, now we're going to jump into a medium Showy helmet. So again, this is the wrong head shape for Bill, but that larger helmet was too big and we saw some fitment issues with it. So now we're going to put this helmet on. And what are you feeling now, Bill?
I feel tight in the cheeks. I feel a little pressure on the forehead. Other than that, it fits snugly around the sides. So
okay,
it's just tight in the front, but not too much in the back, and the cheeks are kind of tight too.
So by the time he gets the helmet to be able to fit correctly, snug enough, it's just too snug in a lot of very important places.
I can feel it's not going to be comfortable down the road, even once it breaks in too. So.
All right, so now we're going to jump into his proper helmet shape, and that's going to be this Arai Quantum X. All right, now we're going to jump to a helmet that's traditionally Bill's helmet or head shape. And we're going to take a look and see. So once you find the right shape of helmet for your head, you're going to start to fine tune and tweak it and kind of see what's the best fit for you. So one of the things we like to do is we take a look and see, is your chin hanging out the bottom? We put our hands over our ears and kind of move our head side to side. And that's really going to let you know how much wiggle room, per se, you have inside the helmet. How's this one feeling for you, Bill?
This one feels nice and comfortable. Feels good. I don't feel very many pressure points on it. It feels good. It feels like a good fit.
I don't know if you can see it in the camera or not, but as you can see, he's got a nice close fitment here. The cheeks are fitting him well. They're a little bit tight right now, but after a couple rides, this helmet is going to be fitting perfectly.
You can see there's not much movement with the helmet. It fits my head pretty snugly. I've been riding for a long time, so I know helmets do break in after a while. So you want it to be as snug as you can stand it when it's brand new, because you got to keep in mind, like you mentioned before, Kyle, a lot of people are riding around with a helmet 1 or 2 sizes too big for them, because when they're in the store trying it on, they opt to go to large instead of medium because it was more comfortable at that time. However, once it broke in, it was too sloppy for them. So I can tell that this helmet, when it breaks in, will be good for me.
Now I've got over 500,000 miles on 2 wheels, and I wear a helmet every day and put about 100 miles a day on each specific helmet that I wear. Now, one thing I've noticed, huge tip for those of you that commute and put lots of miles on your bikes. About once a year, I'll completely swap out the entire innards of the helmet. A new liner on the inside, new cheek pads, and it literally feels as if I just purchased a brand new helmet. So the outside might be a little bit scuffed up from, knocking it around over the year, but I now have a perfectly fitting helmet on the inside that smells like a new helmet too, and that's key. Part of good helmet care is taking care of your helmet and making sure it's clean. Motorex has a really amazing helmet care product that you spray in and then wipe out, antibacterial. Definitely a cool product for anybody owning a motorcycle helmet. Well, that was a fun little demonstration. Bill, why do you believe that Arai helmet fits you best?
Well, over my many years of riding, I just tried on different helmets, purchased different helmets, used different helmets, and it seems that the Arai, because my head is a long oval or intermediate oval, depending, on the helmet, Arai fit my head the best, was most comfortable for me once it broke in. Like I said before, when I tried other helmets in the medium, they were too tight on my head. A large was too sloppy on my head. But when I put a medium Arai helmet on, because of the oval shape, it fit my head a lot better, and it was a lot more comfortable and also a lot safer in case an accident did happen. So, in fact, just one other thing, I did have an accident with my Arai helmet back in May of this year when I hit my head pretty hard and The helmet was all scuffed up. I'm happy I had a full face helmet on because I hit the back of my head, but I also rolled around and hit the front of the chin bar too, so the chin bar was all scraped up as well. And God forbid, if I had an open face helmet on,
Maybe bad.
who knows what my chin would look like today. So
I got to say the same thing. The 3 accidents I've been on the road, the back corner of the helmet and then the chin bar on every single one of those accidents have been scuffed up. So full face helmet for me is the way to go.
Other than that, thank you very much, Kyle. Thank you for participating, and safe riding out there. I'd like to thank you for sharing your time with us at Chaparral Motorsports Helmet Department. As you can see, we have thousands of helmets in stock. If you're in need of a helmet, please stop by. We have the technology and we have the staff here to help you fit your helmet correctly and make sure you're comfortable riding and safe when you're out there riding your motorcycle.
Absolutely. As always, you can visit us at chapmoto.com. You can like and subscribe to these videos so you get all of our up-to-date videos about the new products and latest and greatest here in the helmet department. I'm Kyle and this is Bill. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time, take care and ride safe.